Tjichweef is Misha Drolling and Will Tugama. Are you well? Are you well? Because you're looking well. Hi. I wanted to talk to you guys about tribe. Let's talk about tribe. Not spiritual tribe, not Tuha, not Pubble, but the concept of modern tribe. Not even in a cultural sense, really. Let's talk about tribe. Book references as well. Let's get a bite. Having a, what is this? I can't read it. It's a bit worn off. It's a good looking pipe. Having some blend that I made called Founding Fathers. I know there's blends out there called Founding Fathers, but this is mine. It's mainly a Virginia blend. And I found out that two of the tobaccos that I use in that blend are no longer available because one of those companies has gone out of business. Quite sad about it. So, tribe. Again, we're not talking about spirituality. We're not talking about Shinshrukt. We're not talking about anything cultural, spiritual here. Now, if I asked you, without giving any information, if I asked you, if you were going to start a tribe, who would be in your tribe? What members would you want in your tribe? What people would you want in your tribe, and then why? Think about that for a moment. Now that you have some thoughts rolling around, are the people you have chosen in your tribe those people that you've chosen? You obviously weighed people. Are the people you have chosen the right people? What do I mean by that? What is their value? What do they offer to the tribe? Let's take this a step further. Now, I'm not talking about fear or panic. I'm not talking really about grid crash. I'm not talking about some sort of shit hits the fan situation. But of course these things, they could happen. Self-reliance is important. Right now in America, we have more money than we've ever had being exchanged, being used at our disposal. Could it be possible that we've always seen history repeat itself? Even within my own lifetime, my own short lifetime, we've seen history repeat itself. Could it be possible to suggest that someday, soon, someday 20 years, 30 years from now, we could face another Great Depression. Do you want to stand in line with your little ticket to get a loaf of bread? Stand there for 8 hours for your family? I don't know about you, but I got a big family. So, I'm big on things like self-reliance and gaining knowledge and applying it. I'm big on the concept of having property, being able to know how to use that property. Hunting, fishing, trapping, farming, all sorts of stuff, home brewing, you name it, lacto fermentation with foods, just all sorts of stuff. But where does this fall in with tribe? Well, I said, those members that you've chosen, what is their value? What do they offer to the tribe? You want healthy people, people that are able to pull their own weight, meaning they can work hard. Farming is not easy business. I mean, sure, many of us have a garden. We grow some vegetables. But can you have a garden, a bigger one? Can you actually feed a family when it counts, when you have to, when you need to? I mentioned before in another video about tribe that I don't know anybody that has a tribe. Tribe is huge. Tribe is your family. It's your partner or spouse's family. And it's big. It gets bigger. It's like, when I say your family, it's, your brothers and sisters and then their wives and their children, and it's your cousins and their wives and their children. Tribe is big. And same to your wife's, your husband's family. And then you add into that equation, those friends that you consider family and their wives and their children and their families. That's tribe. It's huge. So when you're talking about a piece of property, you're talking about a tribal center, a place for the people, a home base, if you will. Somewhere where everybody works. Everybody's working on stuff. Oops, a daisy. I used to never like orange lighters. I hated them. I never used one until I lost one in the woods. I always carry like a white lighter or a black lighter or something like that. Orange you can see in the woods. You drop this, it's like, oh, there it is, it's orange. Now they're my favorite. Funny how that happens. So back to tribe. What value do you have to give to a tribe? What's your skill set? What are you good at? What are things that, you'd like to be doing that you're not doing, that you can develop that would be of worth? All right. It's this idea of who does more is worth more. Can you teach these people how to do this or that? Are you proficient in a craft? Have you mastered something? Do you know how to blacksmith? Do you know how to work with wood? I don't know about you, but if somebody asked me the question, who do I want to be in my tribe? I'm generally prone to pick people that have mastered a craft or a skill set, but have multi-talents, multi-skills. Like that guy might be a great hunter, but on the side he also brews. He makes mead and beer and wine, and He does that. So not only can he offer food to a tribe because he's one of the best hunters that I know, but he does brewing. And then when he's not doing that, maybe he keeps bees, so he has honey for his mead, and then he helps in farming. That's, you know, oh, this gentleman over here, he is a handyman. He can fix stuff. He's great with working, with fixing stuff. But he also knows how to build things. He's a carpenter. And then you have, you know, this woman that I know. She's amazing with textiles. She can weave. She knows how to use a loom. She can take the wool right from the sheep, clean it, comb it, dye it, turn it into a pair of mittens for you. She takes it right from there, and she spins the yarn and then puts it on a loom, and there's fabric, and then or she can knit. A skill set. Taking a hobby or a craft that you like and developing it in such a way that you're really good at it. So who would be the people in your tribe? If you could pick them, There's some great books out there. Jack Donovan is a great author. He wrote The Way of Men. He's got Becoming a Barbarian, The Way of Men, Sky Without Eagles. That's Jack Donovan. He talks about a lot of these things in detail. There's also a book that I've not read it yet, but I will suggest it. I had a brother read it, and he said it was solid material, so I'll pass it by. He said Tribe, and it's by Sebastian Junger. Junger. Sebastian Junger. A book that I have not finished reading is called Forging the Hero. Who Does More is Worth More, by John Mosby. Mosby. He can also be found online as Mountain Guerrilla, as in like guerrilla warfare, and he has a WordPress. So Mountain Guerrilla. John Mosby, Forging the Hero. So those are my book references. No man should be an island, and it shouldn't come down to, well, there's just me and my wife and my kids, and that's, we're going to face a hard time and we're going to get through it together. No. Your family that you're close with, and if you're not, then your very closest and dear friends automatically are your tribe. Why? Because you love them and you're there for them. There's nothing spiritual about it. There's nothing cultural about it. Now, it can be cultural and it can be spiritual, but it does not have to be. If you're facing time of adversity, you want people on your side. You want to be able to network with people, and you want to be developing a relationship with your friends and their families, with their wife and their children, and so forth, with your children and your wife. I'm speaking from the male point of view. That everybody's on a good rapport. And, obviously, their family. And it is as simple as someone's, working on a project at their home, that you're there for them. Hey, man, you working on that room today? You want a hand? Yeah, sure, man. Come on over. Of course. Hey, I saw you were roofing. You want me to give you a hand? Right? If you have the means to help, you do, because you know that the relationship is, you know, like that. They would be there for you. Those are the people you want in your tribe. Trustworthy people that are reliable and that are solid people that if there was a situation that was horrible, you automatically just come together. And I mean, it could be argued that, and I mean argued, that that's our natural state. People's natural state is tribal. And not all tribes, and I put that in quotes, are good. Tribal mentality is not always a positive thing. It can be a wonderful thing, a very productive thing. It can be the best of things, but it can also be the worst of things. Look at the mafia. That's a tribe, family. Look at inner city gangs. That's a tribe. Look at certain motorcycle clubs. Gangs. That's a tribe. But also look at the historical context. We have different types of tribes. We have, the tribe, a part of the population and a part of a community. And then the community has many tribes in it. And sometimes you have these outside tribes. You have a warrior band. Look at Finn McCool and the Fianna. Tribe, but not connected to society. Tribe can be very important. If you don't have a tribe, you don't have to really worry about building one. It's more about developing and nurturing the relationships that you have with the people that you love. I'm also a Freemason. That's a tribe. That's a fraternity in such a way that we're there for one another. I mean, I don't get along with all of my brothers. Well, I mean, I try to. And there's certain brothers that, I'm just kind of on the fence about. I'm just like, yeah, whatever. I don't really put too much energy into developing a close relationship with them. But that doesn't mean anything, because at the end of the day, we're all on the level. And if any of them even reached out to me, hey man, I need your help, I'm there. That's why I am a Freemason, and that's why they're Freemason, and that's why we're there for each other. It's a tribe. There's strength in numbers, And maybe the only thing that you have of value is you're just a working bee on the farm. You're able to do many things. You tend the chickens, you help with the animal husbandry, you work the land with everybody else. There's nothing wrong with being a farmer. People need to eat. Maybe the hunter doesn't feel like processing the game, and you know how to do that. So you take a break doing this chore and you help him do that. Self-reliance, self-sufficiency. I think that's an honorable thing. I wouldn't say it's probably an easier way of life. It's probably a harder way of life, but it's more rewarding. It's an honest way of life and fulfilling in a way that's healthier. You don't know. We can't predict the future like that. We don't know what's going to be coming down the line. We don't know if we'll get another president and maybe he or she is even worse. We don't know what could happen here in the United States. It could be something really, really horrible, or it could be something that's kind of happens, and then we're not living the same lifestyle that we're accustomed to. At the end of the day, you have to realize that the house you're living in on the grid is just a box full of stuff, and most of the stuff you don't need. People get attached to it. What if there's a problem and you can't heat your house? That house is just a box with no heat now, no electricity, no running water. Where are you getting your water? Where are you getting your food? How are you staying sanitary? How are you flushing down your poo when you can't? All it takes is, a week or two of having no power and no heat and all sorts of stuff before people start going kind of wonky. And if it's an extended period of time, you can't get to your pharmacy to get your medication, or you can't go to a grocery store, or what if money has barely any value? Going back to trade and barter. Can you work with wood? Can you work with metal? It's interesting stuff to think about, but I think it's more important to have a plan of action to try to be prepared. And I'm not saying be prepared like, go out and buy tons of ammo, go out and buy tons of canned food and stock up a pantry. But, I grew up where my grandma, both of my grandparents, well, my grandma and then my other grandma, they had a pantry. And I'm not talking like a small pantry, like a food cupboard. Like, my grandma's basement was a store. They had a year's supply of food at all times because, well, they lived through the Depression. They knew at any given time, I might not be able to get to the store. They always had a prepared mindset. I mean, you don't want to have actions that are irrational. You don't want to act out of fear or panic. But it's to remain objective and to have to be proactive about something. I mean, if you're looking with positivity towards the future, you still want to plan for, what if we run out? Or, how am I going to do this if I don't have that? It's not a convenience factor of, I'll just run to the store at 3 in the morning because I know they're open 24 hours. That's not good. But that's how America is. Everything in America has become disposable. Throw it out. I'll get a new one. Plastic, plastic, plastic. So, on an ending note, who do you want to be in your tribe and why? And what do you offer to a tribe? Right now, what can you offer to a tribe? What would you like to offer to a tribe? Are there certain things you want, certain interests that take you down different avenues that you're like, I should probably explore these and learn some more, and after learning, apply it and then work with that? I know there is for me. There's always stuff on the horizon, and there's always stuff like, being kicked around and tinkering with this and that. So it's good to be productive. Being idle, catching yourself idle, I don't like that. Be doing. Take it easy, guys. Take care of yourselves. I'll chat at you soon. Slangafol. Bye for now.